Mountain News this morning. A bout of dry weather leads to extra restrictions in a handful of eastern Kentucky counties involving burning outdoors. And several projects in our region get a big financial boost from funding announced at the Source Summit last week.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Well, good morning to you. The middle of the work week, finally. It's Wednesday. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning to you. Almost 5 o'clock here, and if you're like me, you woke up to, well, rain on your car, I guess, because it rained overnight. Let's head over to Brandon Robinson this morning for a look. And Brandon, you said, well, I asked us, is it still raining in some spots? You said, oh, here and there.
Here and there. But you asked me earlier, you texted me, says it raining in Hazard.
Yeah.
Like, nope, not right now anyway. So, yeah, it's been kind of a dreary morning. I think it's going to lead to an overcast and gloomy afternoon. We might see a few peaks of sunshine, but don't get your hopes up. But I can tell you, the cold front is not done with us yet. Temperatures still dropping. Let's take a look and see what's going on right now. Satellite radar loop last 6 hours. And again, the bulk of the rain has moved out, the heaviest bands of rain, but we still have a few sprinkles out there this morning, especially from the Kentucky River east. So again, be aware of that as you head out the door this morning. Line pinpoint Doppler radar. You see a lot of green, but a lot of that is ground clutter. So again, we're going to continue to watch that little line of showers from basically Middlesboro to Moorhead. Still maybe putting down some sprinkles out there. Now, you look at these temperatures right now, of course, the exceptions being Wise and Clintwood, a lot of mid to upper 50s and even a 60. Yeah, we're not to our morning low yet. We won't be to our morning low till probably 9, 10, or 11 o'clock this morning because the cold front is still coming through. Look back out toward Louisville, 52 out there this morning. So we've got some time to go. A little extra, and I know you're thinking it's 60 degrees outside. It's not going to stay that way on your coffee meter. So grab you some extra coffee on the way out the door this morning. You're going to need it because it's going to be an overcast day that's going to not get much better. Could you see a few peaks of sunshine? Possibly. Not optimistic about it. And you see our back and forth there. I think we get back into the mid-50s this afternoon. But again, we'll just have to wait and see. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, with colder weather coming our way, veterinarians and shelter workers are, well, they're stressing the importance of preparing a space for your outdoor animals to ensure their safety against the elements. Arlissa Williams has that story.
With temperatures starting to drop, any four-legged friends being kept outside may need some extra assistance in staying warm.
Animals in the wild, they have means to make their own habitats and do this, that, and the other. But if you have a dog in a fence or in a kennel or on a chain, then you've taken all that away from it. So it's best to provide some kind of means for them to keep themselves warm.
Dr. Danica Harvey at the Appalachian Animal Hospital says it is especially important to keep any newborn or elderly animals safe from the elements.
Very elderly and very young animals are really susceptible to hypothermia, just like people are, and they can freeze to death in cold weather.
Frostbite is also a concern as colder weather approaches.
That they can get cold and they can get frostbite, particularly the tips of the ears and the ends of their tail, like they can lose them in really cold weather.
Dr. Harvey says covering your pet's shelter with plastic and insulating the space with hay or wood chips can help keep moisture out.
There are heat lamps available that you can use. There are bedding that is heated. It's like an electric pad that you can plug in for them to lay on.
It is also important to consider your pet's water source when temperatures drop.
There are actually heated water bowls that you can get, or there's heating devices made to put in water to keep it, warm enough that it won't freeze. But if you don't have those available, it's important to change the water real frequent so that it doesn't freeze up on them and they will have something to drink.
Helping to equip you with the tools you need to keep your outdoor animals safe as the weather gets colder. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
And if you choose to keep your outdoor pets warm with blankets, it's important to ensure they stay dry because keeping wet fabric with your animals can cause more harm than good. And I think it's also important to make sure you're checking under your car hoods for any of those little kittens that might get under there. Well, we are starting to see more forest fires across the region as our dry stretch of weather continues. Just Monday, we reported a wildfire in Leslie County. Well, Knott, Floyd, Johnson, Lawrence, Magoffin, Pulaski, Rowan, Morgan, Menifee, and Whitley counties, well, they've issued burn bans. Forestry officials say depending on the weather, fires can spread rapidly, especially right now since we are so dry.
Debris is one of our main fire starters, you know, just burning household debris or household garbage or yard debris. And then, of course, just a hot set or a fire set from somebody, arson set.
Well, as a reminder, the fall forest fire season lasts until December 15th. Outdoor burning is banned between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. if the fire is within 150 feet of woods or brush, but for counties with complete burn bans, you cannot burn no matter what time of day it is. Well, here's an example of what could happen if burn bans are not followed. This is a picture from the Richland Fire Department in Knox County. Officials said on Facebook 2 trucks and several firefighters responded to the brush fire on Horn Branch Road, including Knox County. Fires have been reported in at least 12 counties in our region. Well, the Floyd County area has many families still searching for help after the high waters destroyed much of their communities in late July. Although the floodwaters have dried, local organizations are still working to find help for those in need almost 3 months later. The process of moving forward will be a long one, but workers with hand-in-hand ministry say they will be there every step of the way as long as volunteers will step in to help.
We're here year-round, but we'll be here when everybody's gone. We'll be here on the back side of it. And, you know, the last 2 months, we started getting the calls coming in. These people are homeless, you know, there's nobody here to help them.
Hand in Hand Ministries Auxure Center is looking for community members to donate their time, money, or supplies to the cause. Well, during the SOAR Summit just last week, Governor Andy Beshear and Congressman Hal Rogers announced nearly $25 million in grants going towards economic revitalization program funds. $1 million is headed to Magoffin County to fund a build-ready certified site on the new Gifford Road Industrial Park along the Mountain Parkway.
We get this grant and get the things completed. It's going to install sewer down the entire length of the park. It's going to do the geotesting. It's going to have a footprint ready to build on of a 50,000 square foot facility.
The industrial park will be able to house up to 5 businesses and has the potential to create up to 200 new jobs in Magoffin County. And Country Music Highway 23 in Floyd County also received a $1 million grant for its latest project. CMH 23 will use the funds to equip a state-of-the-art radio and television broadcasting studio inside the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg. CMH 23 and the MAC, along with help from the Big Sandy Community and Technical College, plan to use the studio for educational broadcasting programs as well as producing new content from local artists.
Exposing new people to new content and new artists, up-and-coming artists that you're going to see on CMH23.com, and then boom, you're going to see them at the Grand Ole Opry, you're going to see them at the Mountain Arts Center, you're going to see them everywhere. That's exciting to me.
Content creator and producer Jill Hamlin is also the Associate Director of the Fine Arts at Big Sandy Community and Technical College. She says Eastern Kentucky is full of local talent waiting to be discovered. Well, thank you so much for getting your Wednesday morning started with us here on Mountain News This Morning. When we come back, a tornado rips through a community down in Texas, leaving thousands of people in the dark as they deal with the damage. Stay with us. That's on the way.
And rain chances are on the way out this morning, and cooler temperatures are here to stay, at least for today. I'll have the latest forecast in about 3 minutes.